everybody, Matilda here, and I just wanted to make a video, or a few videos, um, showing how to do the different kiss buffers that you do in Chulip Any%, as they can be a little bit daunting, especially the one at Funny Bone City, because that one is pretty much off camera. So I'd just like to make a quick video with, like, showing my hands, like what I'm doing. Yeah, so I'm gonna start by doing the kiss buffer in Funny Bone City, as that one is the most confusing and I feel like it most deserves a video showing off how to do it. So yeah, to begin, what is kiss buffering? It's pretty much eating a damaging item at the same time as you kiss somebody, so you're taking damage from two different sources at the same time. The game doesn't know how to handle that, so it lets you keep controlling yourself while a text box is up. And this pretty much disables loading zones and allows you to go to places that you normally would not be able to go to. This is vital because there are a few uses for this throughout the run. So I will be showing those off. Alright, so here we are. I personally use a coin to make this trick more consistent. So I can press both buttons at the same time. Now, once you're in your inventory, to begin, if you're in your inventory, you know that you've almost done something right. There's no concrete way to be able to tell whether or not you got the trick right just by having your inventory open. But once you have it open, you want to go to your damaging item that gives you damage whenever you eat it. I personally have a frog in my inventory right now, so I'm going to be using that. Hopefully I did it right. I did. Now this is on a file where I've already kissed Conductor, but usually in a run, he would do damage to you. So now that you're in this kiss buffer state, you can walk around with a text box open, and you're going to want to walk into the gate and walk to the left until your camera stops scrolling. Now walk up and to the right until it stops moving again, and then keep holding it, and you'll get it every time. It's not too hard to do. But that one can be daunting at first because you can't see where you're going off screen. I actually didn't discover that strategy where, like, you keep holding it until, like, just today, actually, so makes kiss buffers easier than ever. Then you want to walk in front of the sign I was just in front of, hold down the D-pad, and then walk to the right once the camera shifts. And this will take you to where the boss card is. This is a vital item in the game's storyline. Now, I'm playing on a file that has already gotten it, but usually it would be right here. You can collect it, go show it to Mr. Saito, and then that would be the end of Funny Bone City. But yeah, that's about it for that. Now I'm going to show off the World of Desire Temple dev trigger. It's somewhat the same thing. It's a little bit different, though. So I just had to reboot my PS2 because there's no really fast way to get back to the title screen. Unless you wanted to watch me get shoved into a cannon 3 times. But I'm not going to do that. Now, for anybody who's starting to run this game, just for quick reference, rebooting the console is nowhere near as fast as doing a suicide and then going back to the title screen by getting a game over like that. Another thing, if you press start, you can skip these intros for when you do suicide, which you probably will, considering how inconsistent things can be. So, I'm going to load up my file again. Sorry if I sound a little bit different than usual. I'm feeling a little bit sick, but I'll be fine for the time being. Alright, so I'm going to get my coin out again. Worldly Desire Temple is a little bit of a different story. Instead of having something that's intended for you to get just gotten much quicker, this place has a dev trigger, presumably used by the devs for ease of access to the game when they were testing it. I'm going to be kiss buffering with Batayan, but in the run you would usually kiss buffer with Conductor when you arrive at Worldly Desire Temple for the first time. I have not kissed Batayan in this save file right now, but it works just as well. I feel like that's an important distinction to make, that no matter if you've kissed somebody or not, you will still be able to kiss buffer with them. So you're going to walk up these steps because the loading zone is gone now, and you can walk through that black spot as there are invisible walls where you would usually walk around to. You're going to walk along this train, walk next to that, walk through the bamboo, and the dev triggers are right here. You can tell because you have the red question mark above your head, and you're going to close out of that, check right there, and you get the Go-Go comics and stuff like that. I'm personally playing on like a mostly complete file, so I'm just going to toss this stuff for the time being. For reference, this also pretty much like completes the storyline for Worldly Desire Temple, so when you collect all of those items, you're also setting off a trigger to say, oh, Monk has his wooden gong back, okay, and you can go talk to Mr. Inoue in the graveyard, and he'll be like, oh, you got the gong back, and he'll give you the loving. That's what makes that so ludicrous. Other than giving you some of the best items in the game. Anyways, so now I'm going to walk back here, and I'm just going to continue. Oh, okay. Never mind. Alright, I'm just gonna go through the train right here. Alright. So I'm pretty much just gonna skip ahead time right here. I'll just use a monthly to show this trick off. So this is the third kiss buffer in the game. It's called Early Suzuki, and it's not as big of a time save as the past two are, but it's still something. So I don't actually have another damaging item right now, so I'm gonna go get a funny cola. So at the beginning of the game, in the second prologue, as I call it, there's a segment where you have to wait for Mr. Suzuki. You have to wait until 1 o'clock to go to his house. But with this trick, you can go there before 1 o'clock. I'm gonna buy a second one just to be safe. So, because I do sometimes mess this trick up, so I want to be careful. Um, so this one is a little bit different than the last two. Well, not really, honestly. So essentially, Mr. Suzuki's little hideout place under the manhole, right here, does not open up until 1 o'clock. And how do I want to word this? Pretty much, what we're doing here is just like getting there early. That's why it's called Early Suzuki. I'm just buying time until Michelle comes over here so I can do this trick, because I didn't actually think this through. Oops. My bad. Most people use Michelle for this trick, as she's usually the closest person to kiss at this point in the game. See, there she is. So I'm gonna get out my coin, walk up to her, do my kiss buffer. And now we're gonna walk through this loading zone, walk to the other side of town, and then walk along these train tracks. And then we're gonna walk right. Now, it's a little bit different. It's a little bit difficult to find where to check. I usually just sort of wander around a little bit until I can get it. Come on. There's no real visual cue for it. Man, I'm really not able to get it. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna have to skip this one for now. But yeah, those are the two kiss buffers, and then part of Early Suzuki. You just have to wander around a little bit, check, like, oitsu your way to him. Pretty much, like, under this segment of the train tracks is where where Suzuki's house is, and you can talk to him before 1 o'clock if you go there using kiss buffering. It's not a huge time save considering all the stuff you have to do, but if you can do it right, it does save about 2 or 3 minutes, I believe. So yeah, that's about it. All I wanted to do in this video. Yeah, I'll see you later.